All right, no very big surprises. In fact, no surprises at all in the Best Actress and Best Actor category. But I think well-deserved awards for good, solid work and nice speeches. The nice sort of pregnant young actress emotional speech and the reserved British stiff upper lip choking
The
back
Brits
tears.
do such a much better job of that than we do.
I don't know. I think it's just the elocution.
Could you imagine James Franco doing it? James Franco tweets on the way up to the Oscars. His mother is on Twitter. He does films about making the Oscars. Then when it comes to do the actual Oscars, he ends up on a milk carton. Where is James Franco, right? He's been like absent. They showed him backstage, and it's like, blink twice if they have you, under wraps or something. Where did he go?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he had the sort of the spontaneity or the lack of self-consciousness or whatever it was that Anne Hathaway I think did have. I mean, I think you're right that of the two hosts, she carried the show. She's carried the show a lot more than he has. I mean, it's been a kind of a heavy and clumsy burden to carry.
Let's do a little housekeeping before Best Picture. Speaking of which, I think it's appalling that you brought all this junk food on set.
Okay.
And just sat here feeding your pie hole the whole time. It's web TV, but I mean, come on, Tony. Let's sit up a little bit.
You want some kombucha? I did promise you organic
Okay.
kombucha. I've been saving it.
We can make an argument for. I think King's Speech is going to win.
Okay.
Don't get near me. But you know what? These other movies. Social Network, 127 Hours, Black Swan, which I adored.
Yeah.
Kids Are All Right.
Yeah.
Inception.
Toy Story 3, Winter's Bone.
Great movies.
Well,
Great
it
year
was
for
a very
movies.
good year. As soon as the nominations came out, it made me realize that 2010 was a good year for movies, for different kinds of movies. There was also True Grit and The Fighter, and that
True Grit, great movie. Fighter, great movie.
Fighter, really, really good, and that the mainstream of a certain kind of Hollywood filmmaking did find kind of a sweet spot. I think this has been not enough. This has been a bit of an underreported story in a way, that these movies that we've mentioned, these 10 movies. I may think more and less of some of them, but they.
You are a film critic for
I am
the
a
New
film
York
critic,
Times.
but I have to say that
But they all made a lot of loot too.
They did, and there was more in there that I actually liked than there usually is. Usually, my favorite movies are off in the margin somewhere. But this year we have 10 movies. I think 8.5 or 9 of which are good and worthy of this award. Now we're going to find out
which one won King's
Yes.
Speech.
You think?